Through me is the path to the city of desperation. Through me is the path to where pain never dies. Through me is the path of the banned population. Primal love and wisdom from on high, with justice moved his power to create this work for all eternity. When I came to be in this eternal state, no time had touched creation, shed all hope, you who enter through this gate. This is what I saw carved overhead in dark letters. I turned then to my guide. The meaning on the door where I am led staggers my heart. With pity, he replied, "Here is no place for any apprehension. Any doubt must here be cast aside. This is where I told you of, the station. You will see those who have lost the good mortal intelligence might have done." His face was kind. I saw he understood, and so, taking my hand, he led me further into the darker realm. At once I heard the howls that spent themselves in heavy air. Outrage, agony, the broken shards of language, scattering up, landing nowhere. All human sense was severed from the words. Tongues of unknown men from unknown lands, first far off, then quick and striking hard in susurrations like a pattering of hands. This rhythm kept repeating itself faster, as when a cyclone wind spins up the sand. "Tell me, master," I said, struck with terror, "what people do I hear who seem to raise this tumult as if broken by despair?" "These are the shades who turned aside, whose days on earth," he said, "were timid and unsure, meriting neither infamy nor praise. Their souls are scattered through this mindless blur, along with coward angels who would not choose to serve God nor rebel. As they'd prefer neither, heaven likewise must refuse to take them in, nor do they pass to hell, for even the damned find them little use." "But master, what makes them weep and wail, so broken-hearted and disconsolate?" He replied, "Is that so hard to tell? Hopeless in death, they lived but in a state of denial, half asleep and passing by choices that forged souls. All of their fates are preferable, their memory must die to mercy and justice, like them unconfessed. But no more words, bear witness and pass by." I looked again and saw the beating crest of a blown banner fluttering hard and strong in a wind I knew would never come to rest. The train of people behind it was so long I did not know death had undone so many. Looking face to face in that fierce throng, I saw familiar shades, and there was he. Cowardice had shrunk into his shadow. He'd made the great refusal. I could see this train behind him was composed of those harvested from among the apathetic, detestable both to God and to his foes. Never alive before, now stabbed and pricked across their naked skin, the lines all fled, wasps and horseflies, and as they tried to flick those insects off, they clawed themselves and bled, dripping tears to leeches and to worms that crawled all over their bare feet and fed on what they'd lost. Down beyond this swarm, that I soon turned my eyes from in disgust, I saw a river, a crowd starting to form along its banks. "Why do they seem to lust," I asked, "to cross onto the darker side, as I can see despite those sloping mists?" As our footsteps descend, my guide replied, "The question which you ask will make more sense on those banks where sad Acheron glides." I feared my words had given him offense. I turned away and walked on in the belief that the shore must be approached in total silence. An old man drifting toward us in a skiff, his bone-white locks coiling on his rind of skull, shouted, "Souls, prepare for grief. Banish all hope of heaven from your minds. Fire and itis await where this craft leads, and darkness of the depths forever blind. But you there, you're not quite fully dead. Get back a while and keep yourself from these." And seeing that I did not budge, he said, "Another crossing, for here you are amiss, you will discover to take you past your river, in a vessel, a somewhat lighter one than this." My master said, "Spare Charon whatever still passes for your breath. The path he seeks has been ordained by he who reigns forever. Silence locked the wool of wintered cheeks of that sentry of the river ways. His eyes were spokes of flame. Within the bleak soul's bare weak turned paler gray, gnashing their teeth in still wilder weeping, hearing what their boatman had to say. Cursed God, cursed mankind, cursed parents flung such curses at the moment it occurred, that the bitter conceiving seed had sprung into the womb, massed into one herd, fiercely wailing an unrepentant pack of souls who live with no fear of the Lord. Wait until that demon whose eyelids cackle flame nears with his dark boat and beckons, his oar strikes those who dare to linger back. As when in autumn a first leaf, then a second, slip from the branch, which seems to angle down over the loss which no man's count can reckon. Strewn on earth, so all the dead generations of Adam fall one by one upon that brink. A falcon, when called, will swoop back to his station, and so, on the black harbor, another rank assembles and masses in the first one's stead, before Charon can reach the farther bank. Look, my son, the kindly master said, from every tribe on earth they gather here, under the wrath of God. And if these dead you see are eager to cross as they appear, it is that justice works a transformation, changing to will what would instead be fear. Of all these spirits here there is not one truly good. Therefore be consoled. Consider what the complaint which just now Charon made of you must mean. Thunder rolled. The earth shook so terribly where we stood. To recall it now makes my sweat go cold. On that tear-speckled earth, red as blood, light burst, and whirlwinds seemed to sweep light, and I, with my senses in that flood, stunned, was gone as one seized by sleep.